Here are a list of handy visa tips that you should keep in mind when traveling abroad to another country or countries. Tip number 1. Research visa requirements. Before planning your trip, thoroughly research the visa requirements for your destination country. Check if you need a visa, the type of visa required, and the application process. Tip number 2. Start early. Visa applications can take time, so start the process well in advance to avoid last-minute stress. Some visas may require appointments, interviews, or additional documentation. Tip number 3. Check passport validity. Ensure that your passport is valid for at least 6 months beyond your intended travel dates. Many countries have this requirement, and being aware of it can save you from visa issues. Tip number 4. Multiple entry visas. If you plan to visit multiple countries in the same region, consider applying for a multiple entry visa that allows you to enter and exit the region without obtaining separate visas for each country. Tip number 5. Understand visa restrictions. Read and understand the terms and conditions of your visa. Pay attention to any restrictions, such as the maximum duration of stay, prohibition on employment, or specific entry/exit requirements. Tip number 6. Seek professional help. If you find the visa process confusing or overwhelming, consider seeking assistance from a visa agency, or consulting with a travel expert who specializes in visa-related matters. Tip number 7. Double-check application forms. Before submitting your visa application, carefully review all the information you've provided on the forms. Even a minor mistake or omission could lead to delays or visa rejections. Tip number 8. Provide sufficient supporting documents. Make sure to submit all the required supporting documents with your visa application. These may include proof of accommodation, travel itineraries, flight bookings, bank statements, and invitation letters if applicable. Tip number 9. Follow instructions. Read and follow the instructions provided by the visa authorities, or embassy. Pay attention to any specific guidelines related to document formats, photo requirements, or payment methods. Tip number 10. Track your application. If there is an option to track your visa application online, make use of it. This will help you stay updated on the status of your application and anticipate any potential delays. Tip number 11. Be honest and accurate. When filling out visa application forms, or during visa interviews, be honest and provide accurate information. Providing false information can lead to visa denials and future travel restrictions. Tip number 12. Keep copies. Make copies of all your visa-related documents, including your application forms, supporting documents, and visa approval letters. Keep both physical and electronic copies in case of loss or emergencies. Tip number 13. Check visa expiration dates. If you have obtained a visa for future use, make sure to check the expiration date. Some visas have a limited validity period, and traveling with an expired visa can result in serious consequences. Tip number 14. Plan for transit visas. If you have connecting flights or layovers in a country, check if you need a transit visa. Some countries require transit visas, even if you do not plan to leave the airport. Tip number 15. Stay updated. Visa policies can change, so stay updated with the latest information by regularly checking the official websites of the embassy or consulate of your destination country. Remember, visa regulations can vary significantly between countries, so it's essential to research and understand the specific requirements for your destination well in advance.